Oh, we are going. Good. Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Anything that needs to be added to the agenda?
Yes, just, we need to set a new meeting date for October due to the 13th being a holiday and time. Yeah, new date. Okay. New date, same time.
So new date and time.
So
The 15th, there, that worked for me.
15.
that's Wednesday, 15th. It's only a 2-day bump.
What's the home phase?
I don't know. I don't.
We're 15th at 7 o'clock.
Is that what you two on? Okay, so we're only gonna do it for 1 month, all right? Cause time will change.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, so. 7 o'clock work for you, Alice?
Might need it early, but.
Huh?
Here's that.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Okay, so officially we're gonna move it to October 15th at 7 p.m. Okay. We can stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright. Review of agenda and adjustment changes or additions.
Yeah, just the time for the meeting.
That was it, because it's all done, you know.
Review and approve minutes for August 11th, 2025.
Big motion accepting as written.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes.
So no discussion on that.
Well,
No discussion on that one.
Okay, do we want discussion?
It's already passed, but
joint meeting.
This is a joint meeting.
I mean,
Oh, for the joint meeting?
yeah.
I make a motion to accept those as written.
Second.
Okay, discussion? Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, passes. Okay, treasurer's report.
Okay, I have got the budget status report and the cash accounts. And village taxes are due next Monday. And they're coming in fairly good. And one thing regarding delinquent taxes. The town attorney has declined to do a tax sale for the town and village.
Really?
And he wants to avoid any conflict of interest. So he recommended Jim Barlow. He was a staff attorney at VLCT for many, many years and he's gone out on his own. And that's who he recommends. We contacted him.
Did they reach out?
Select board has given me permission to reach out to him.
Okay.
See if he will do it.
Do you need a motion from us or?
I think at this point now. If he agrees to it, then I'm sure he'll want permission from the board to go ahead.
So just refresh my memory. So on a tax sale, there's the tax sale for the village and the town. Goes under one category, so there's not separate.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't ever remember a town attorney or a village attorney doing them in the past before.
Yeah. So I thought I want to make sure.
Any surprises, Roman?
No surprises, no.
think a lot of expenses at or 100% of anticipated budget.
Which category one?
Well, then just going through, but then what a few of them, some of them are self-explanatory. But nothing here that's giving you any concern
Overall, no.
overall, no.
Well, the year is almost 3/4 done. It's
Well, I know,
possible.
no, that when is that 197, 286? Yeah, I mean, those numbers are all about the 3/4 mark.
Mhm.
And looking at the average of the departments, it's not looking terrible, so. So I make sure it's not that was giving you any concern, and I didn't have an individual line for each department.
The only one I really have concern about is what's the department income.
Oh, yeah. That's never, that hasn't stopped yet, so.
No.
Where are we falling short on the generally? On the electric? Red flag spots, it's. Oh, my consumption was up almost twice as much as normal last time, so was my bill, so.
That's because you don't want, that's because you don't like to eat. Getting old, boy.
No, apparently the dog and cat and the air conditioning all day
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
I leave.
You got one of those too, huh? Well, you get hot, turn it off, the dog can eat one.
Dang it. I mean, I'm not putting you on the bar, so just, if you could think about that one and try to pull up something that maybe we can start looking at and putting in a priority and adjusting or working on and.
Sales are at almost 70%.
So we're downside,
7% estimate or 70%?
70% of budget.
So 3/4. So we're looking at just not as bad as I anticipated.
What's
It's
that?
just not as bad as I anticipated.
What is merchandising, jobbing? Budgeted for 25,000 or 67,000?
That is when they do go through my new electric lines. That is a big increase because of the library move. That was 50-some-odd thousand.
I mean, it's always timing, powers of and all that, if you look at it, we're at 55% of this expenditure budget, which.
And we're paying live bill on this set of bills.
Right. Sixty-seven percent of. Or 67% of the year,
So that's
but we're
not terrible.
not doing bad now.
Now materials are up. Awesome.
Yep,
Then your purchases go down.
it could be worse, but we've had. Pretty good cloud year. So solar production's not been real great this year, and solar production screws us. So we have solar in our portfolio, right, but all the. Solar within our system, we pay them retail.
Right.
You know, for wholesale housing. Yeah. So, we use it when the sun shines, we use money.
I don't think I want to move on.
You know.
That's a state regulation, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great ideas out of what the,
You know, once they get to tell us how much we can charge.
I have no idea what those system, so lots of system office.
But they all are issues.
I'm not sure they don't understand that, just think they don't know.
Yeah, that's what's.
Yeah.
One thing big, or.
You got anything for Alice?
Are you dealing with the tax payment on the website in the green strip? I did throw that it was due September 15th along with down upcoming events.
So,
And Lily's been doing quite a few, and first posts regarding it and, Facebook.
Okay, members of the public. Those managers report.
all right. Before we get to the written part, I need to add another one that I got provided before. The skirt tier 2 phase 2. Grant program just opened up. That's the second round that we got a grant for. The new generator for water plant and first round. And try to get the tanks, and they had to do it like in such a rapid fashion that we missed. That they need to put in, $20,000 worth of. Propane tankage. So I'm gonna go after that money second phase. I did a kickoff, whatever, instructional Zoom meeting on Wednesday.
The vendor gonna honor the price that they give us.
I haven't had a chance to touch base with them yet.
I want.
Yeah.
Goes up 10 grand.
Right. Oh, yeah, we need to ask the right amount.
So I would do that, definitely jump on that one before you ask Dan to whoever.
Yep.
Before that meeting, so you have a better idea.
All right. Garage update. Nothing to report, it's the same as last month's, they're. Basically sitting ready for the building kit to come, it should be here next week and week after.
16th or something.
Yeah, that's right now, like 16th or 17th forecast right now, but. No, I don't want to breath on those. The DR 4810 FEMA utility pole project update. The engineering firm started the AE process and we'll have our project kickoff meeting on Wednesday at 10. This process will narrow the repair and mitigation options for the FEMA project going forward. DR 4720 wastewater project update. Bush and Elliott's getting near having product for the CRC to review to finish our 428 process. Region 1 was assured that once those are filed, this 428 valuation process will be fast tracked. Once again, I'm holding my breath. I've yet to see if we can do anything fast, but we shall see. Sidewalk scoping study update. We met with engineers and V-Trans this morning on this. They'll be producing a report detailing the benefits and downfalls of 3 options. Option 1, do nothing. Option 2, build a sidewalk on the south side of Route 15. Option 3, build a sidewalk with 2 crosswalks to avoid the riverbank area along with the guardrails. Turn. V-Trans requires the analysis of all 3 of these options. Everyone, it's been pretty clear which one, if possible, we prefer stay to the south side.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, but if we can't. Put it on the ledge side, there's no sense in doing it because we're gonna eat that sidewalk every time it floods.
Right.
I mean, some fact, what I mean?
That's what you make it of.
You're talking right down here.
Yeah, like River Bends. I don't know, you probably know as well as I do, how many feet of that you see lost since you lived here.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it's gonna be into the road, so.
Right,
That's something else is wrong.
but then you gotta put pedestrians, you know, across 15 twice. You know,
Walking down 15 now and getting out of cars and stuff, so.
yeah,
It's on the crosswalk. Take a lot of stop.
Well, safer.
Mhm.
We're off to Niagara Ground Road.
yeah. Stay in touch with me, we meeting on the project at our now October 15th meeting. And then our next team progress meeting will be on November 12th. Dave Benson from Municipal Resources prepared a FEMA project status report and other requests, and it is attached right behind this report.
I guess when I asked for this, Eric, I was looking for like. Like a percentage of completion where they thought we were, and I didn't really see that in this report.
Well, we're. In the chart, it's basically, we're. Everything's complete except for the big project. So. It's just. Big. Everything else is done. Wastewater project only.
So right now, then all they're on basically is wastewater and utility pole.
Yep. Yep. And, you know, they hadn't been killing us in the past year. From June 30th, of July 1, 24 to July to June 30th, 25, they only logged 39 hours. For $4,800. So you get pretty efficient with the time you spend it.
So that, pole behind the Union Bank, is that where they're headed with that? Has that been decided or is that still?
That's what the Stan Tech. Architecture and engineering things working on.
Is they come forth with the recommendations of what to do?
No.
Okay.
No. No, we're at the beginning into that.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Look at options and also come talk to the board and whoever shows up at our next meeting. So. You can reiterate your concerns in person.
Might do that.
We don't need rosemary for anything.
I don't think so. Yeah.
You're welcome to say.
I don't think it's gonna be much longer anyways.
We don't have 30 committees.
The chief operating report?
Very. Very.
Yeah. Are you ready for the chief operating report?
Yes.
Alright. Operational status, the wastewater plant call outs. WR 43 were submitted to the state. Haul 52,000 gallons of sludge to Morris for processing yard.
Night rosemary.
Well, we lock the door.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if we're not here yet, I was a lot front.
Okay.
Yep. It's been a long time adjusting the decanter on SBR 1 so it can run more efficiently. Had a plug sewer main on College Hill, the manhole was filled, called Menasha, jetted out, found the blockage, was right in the manhole. Everything flowing properly with an hour. Farming passed our permit required consistency testing for pH, simple solids, and E. coli. Eric and I give a brief tour of the plant to Congressman Ballot. Explains the challenge we've had every day to plant running while waiting a decision from FEMA.
Did you ask her where she's been the last 2.5 years?
I chose not to.
That's why I didn't go.
Load and trim all pump stations and plants as needed. Operational status, of the water plant costs, monthly reports to the state, coliform samples were negative. We'll start trimming around and painting hydrants, about halfway done, we'll continue painting the next month, this time it wasn't permit. Sample condition, net disinfection byproducts per our permit, samples came back well below state requirements. Assistant village crew, the water turnout at the art center. Added a gallon of coolant, the water plant generator, takes about a gallon a month, only wait for funding for a new one. We've not had any ghost alarms after Don Martin did some tweaking with the control panel at Health. Water loss for July was at 12%.
Must say.
And that's good, even considering we found a service leak.
Yeah.
So there's a service leak going on. And it's still only 12%.
Those, but that was probably part of our water loss from last month.
Yeah, but it's still going
Correct, I'm just saying,
with the 12%. So,
well, we're only 8 days in, so that we're.
well, that was for July.
Okay, yeah, so when we had the last one, that was all June.
Yeah.
That 40% loss or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know why I said, it says July means August. He didn't update. He's using the same form.
Yeah.
It should say August.
Sure.
Yeah. Should like it. But yeah, we're only legally saying September, but. You know, it's like that peak, presumably all of August and still only have 12% water loss, so.
Right, cause this,
We're in great shape.
even with the drought going on, that's awesome percent.
Has it ever been zero?
It's been below zero.
We're gonna lose her.
We actually have it below zero, because, and you know, which obviously is not possible, but. You know, it's margins of error, and, you know, meter inefficiencies and
Water
such.
just coming in.
All right, water light report, electric, Hyde Park Mutual Aid, 5-hour average on Kenny/Davis Hill. Outage on August 14th with the Morrisville transmission line, broken insulator, all village out for an hour and a half. Outage for 100C and St. John Street, 140, 100C for transferring lines to new poles. Outage west into village, tree slap 2 phases, blowing the fuses, 145 customers out for 1 hour. Tree crews cut out 100C and Mach 15 east for 2 weeks. Received new panel for JFY regular step programming. Junction farming yard. Install new brake control panel on the R2 breaker at the substation, waiting to have a program. Brush hogging, trimming under power lines. Finished the set estimates for new library location. Installed new service at 203 River Road West in Detroit. Work on the line transfers at 100C, which is a big job of being trying to get to since before I was here. And it will finish this week. Finished bi-weekly meetings for the shop. That's the engineering meetings for the garage. Completed monthly meter readings, high low checks, substation checks, and big saves.
Okay, we're on to the next.
Yep.
So the new breaker control panel, that's one at the college that we've been waiting on for a year. That was supposed to be programmed.
See, is that one or it's the one down at Johnson Farm Yard for the solar field?
Okay, so that one up there is all. Yeah, looking at, make sure that one's been completed and programmed.
Yeah.
That was a hand thing that got dropped. Sure that was. Gotcha. Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yep, let's jot that down.
Make sure to make a note that we want a specific update. It's been a year and a half in the making, so that should be completed by now. And, the guy in town was gonna program, it, correct? Can't remember his name,
Yeah, from Morrisville, I believe.
but I thought he was in Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I know, he did work, he was with them and he retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Morrisville will end up coming
Yeah.
out of voting.
But, and just another side note on electric. You know, we've actually had some. The two. Most recent outages. The last 3 wide outages. were Friday night rush hour for restaurants. Two of them were Morrisville, lines that obviously had no control over. And it was just, it was a large dead tree way up this steep bank out of our right of way that broke and, nothing, it's one of those things, nothing to do about it. But we're getting a lot of good feedback.
I heard it at my house.
I bet you did.
We had a lot of,
What's music if you hear it blowing? Probably the one or nine quarter.
so,
The one up the.
Nate's been letting me know the details about it right off the bat, and I've been getting it to DJ, who's been getting out on the interwebs, and people love it.
Yes, we're doing, applaud both you guys are doing awesome on that, we've been very good about it, there should be no complaints.
It's more service than any other electric company gives anywhere in the state. So, I mean,
It's off to a good start.
My recommendation is don't put yourself in the bind where if you slack one bit, you're in trouble for not doing it anymore.
right, that's the problem,
So
it
make
could
it
happen,
Clear to the point. That's it, just
right,
you know what I mean, it's great to get the information out, but. You can be setting yourself up for trouble.
Right.
By overdoing it, so.
yep. Water and sewer. Fill state of Vermont tanker, 2.5 loads of water to wash bridges, yes, we do charge. Lucas and Tim started painting hydrants and are about half done, water leak at 42 up French Hill. Installed water meter 294 Railroad and 203 River Road East. No water at 31 Lower Main East with bad pressure reducing valve, fixed by customer. Sewer main blockage in Collins Hill Road. Jeff Nate Marler attended Claire 3-day class on the AMI upgrade. Located water main valves for the river crossing for the town's riprap job on Linway Lane. General, met with the rail trail committee for placement of bike rack at Cold Spring. Installed new slats on park bench at Pearl Main. Changed up flagging on Green and Misville. Met with the town and School Street, Railroad Street for repair, sidewalk repair. Safety, met the safety meeting on August 13th was on electrical test equipment, met the safety meeting on September 3rd was OSHA 2. Yep, working a CDL course along through the state. Changed out gloves and sleeves. Got a new test company for urban goods to try to save some money.
How much sidewalk has to be
The,
repaired?
the stuff. That was damaged by the library was about 15 pounds.
15.
Yep, the town's taking care of that, they're using Del Tatro. He's gonna get on it later this week. We're looking at, we're at the same time, Nate's asking him about doing the this side of School Street, what he charged, because the rates he's showing for this job are very reasonable.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. So. I mean, we can't do it for the price he's doing it. But, some pay our guys as linemen. So,
Right, by the looks they keep it busy, so.
oh yeah, they've been making electrical money this summer.
So where is Jeff with his license?
I think he's gotta be close to 80% on that course.
So next month, you're gonna tell us he has a CDL. That's the only reason I keep bringing it up, so a year and a half since we gave him that raise, and it was a requirement, and it was supposed to have been done in like 3 months, so.
I think after this course, he still has to do an in-person short thing, so he's gonna finish this one first.
Stay on that one, please, that would be great to have that completed.
It would be, yep, absolutely. Johnson Fire Department calls, 11 calls during the day, 3 at night, average duration 68 minutes. They were 5 automatic alarms, 1 medical assist, 2 vehicle crashes, 1 odor investigation, and 2 other. Assistant Sheriff Department with traffic control and pole top fire. Yeah, for who doesn't know it, the second outage, I guess it was, this it happened with Morrisville. Fire department went around and did door-to-door notifications for all of our people with medical issues that need to know about outages.
That, I don't know whose charge that I listed, he's a major updating.
Yeah,
We were,
not that
So it was a,
I didn't receive a call,
okay,
but I did get a phone call. But,
I text.
and I know there was, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying that there is, I think there's more on the list, I think it should be updated.
Yeah.
And
there's phone
I'm
numbers.
not gonna die on it, I just. If it goes out, but.
So just so the board's aware, the priority was obviously emergent medical situations, and stuff like that. Secondary was people would be inconvenienced if it was off for an extended period of time. So our first priority was people on machines that had to have power. They were notified first in person, when available. Our backup option was phone calls, which, some of the people aren't there, some of them are, phone numbers aren't current, stuff like that, so. Is that a town emergency management thing, or is that?
no, it's Marley maintains that, okay.
Should we, maybe put a flyer in with village going out, asking for any medical customers to update information? I don't know, how would be the best way to do that, thanks. It's a tough one unless, because people used to call and let you know.
Yeah,
Right. I will email Marla, she's on vacation, I'll email her, she'll get her, she gets back. No, listens up, yeah, I believe. Pretty much have to be, she have to just, when she can, go through customer by customer and. Well, ask.
Yeah, that would be a great thing for the MD also know, fire department to know, sheriff department to know, and to know.
I think there was one name, no address. I think it was,
How many was on the list, did you?
I didn't count them, yes, we went through.
30, 40.
Yeah, 20,
Something.
maybe I just saw the first page and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this went through, people who had sleep apnea and sheet, stuff like that,
Right.
so it went from. That's almost not an emergency
Right.
to, have insulin in their refrigerator, so stuff like that, so we had to prioritize it was.
Or else, they've done good though. I mean, the power hasn't been out for long periods, they've done good about getting rid of that.
Even though it's not there, it's not cause of lack of maintenance or anything on our part, it's obviously.
Right.
Think that we're,
Yeah,
not that it was their lack of maintenance, it was just a matter of, it just happens to be hitting like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So was that considered mutual aid, were us working with more so on that one, or? Did we just jump at Nate? I know Nate called in, Jeff.
Yeah.
The whole crew,
Yeah, I think because it was to try to get our power on.
and it was way down in the valley too, before they had the truck.
Yeah.
Going there all huffing and puffing. And it had to decline, fall and decline.
Yeah, the two guys up there that, unharnessed. Yeah,
Who owns the pole?
forced them.
As I understand, helping our power back on, that's definitely a good way that their pole, their transmission line. I
Well,
mean, if we did nothing, they still have.
we
They own the pole.
we are partial owners and the contract has them maintaining. it.
Okay,
So
so
it's
that's different than
Right.
they.
Yeah, it's a new, yeah, so we pay them. For a portion of the maintenance of that one. Because that, it's not a contract that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
that's different view than what they're, I was looking at original. Okay.
Yep. Average number of firefighters responded was 12, total service hours was 112. Other. We were denied the state farm technical safety grant. I'd like to thank all members who came that worked to prepare applications through their efforts and spotlights and equipment upgrades that can immediately improve our firefighter safety and wellness, which is valuable knowledge for us to obtain. Work to assist the water and light department, the average on the 14th of August. Help us their crew for getting an early warning circulated and coordinating efforts with other utility fires.
Thank crew for looking into that grant. I appreciate it, and if I see another one, I'm still gonna throw it their way.
Statements.
I know, because RJ told me, he's like, this is something we probably aren't gonna get.
Right.
Try it, fall through.
Right, yeah, fall through. There's a point where some of those you just know.
Yep, and he told me that right up front, I want him, because the way it read, it sounded very promising.
Yeah.
Other discussion and action items, appoint Steve Hatfield as a Village of Johnson Director, Oil Valley Planning Commission for a 3-year term.
Well, county.
Planning commission,
Right, it's getting more, it's all about it.
oh,
It says the Oil Valley here.
does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, oops. So. Yeah.
Did you check with Steve for you to?
I did not,
Well, if he agreed to it, we can make it 3, if he doesn't, then.
exactly, all I was doing is say, I
Yep,
need,
that's
I
fine.
need to bail.
No.
Yeah.
Cause you had it selected and you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I just said, well, let's go for 3, be hopeful, and if he has to bail early, he does.
What we do, so much.
Second. Any discussions? All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
All right, I'm gonna pass it around, just sign it here, send it back.
So Steve, thank you.
No,
Thank you.
So Linda, thank you for what you did.
Yep.
Steve left board. Get bored.
Yeah,
And you don't have enough to do.
Fire department discussion. Did you get any information on that?
yeah, so I talked to RJ about the siren, they do have it, it does work.
Perfect.
He has a lot of concern with doing like monthly testing, especially without letting people know, they're wondering what the heck's going on. So we talked about it and we agreed that we're gonna start with, you know, some outreach and then like beginning the first week in January, do quarterly.
Whatever he feels is good, I just wanted to make sure that it was up and running, because I know, I don't think we ever got to that point of knowing it was up and running.
Right.
Well,
The testing.
they did the one test after they got it fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, I must
Yeah.
have been out of town. I'm
I
sure I've heard.
know several people, Duncan said he heard it crystal clear up there.
You might have had the charger on.
It could have been, yeah.
But I know RJ was concerned about how loud it was and stuff, so if you guys ever look into trying to turn down a whisker so it didn't sound so garbled when it was spoken.
it's one of the options to look at that, you know, obviously when we do start quarterly testing and then, you know, start to work on that there. So along with the quarterly testing, it's also, to actually use it during emergency. It is village property, but the, EM is run by the town. So. Question would be. Who has the right to authorize its use? And. You know, if we're to take that, so. I'm not opposed to the quarterly testing. I just think that the actual use of it. There's a lot to be.
I remember there was a gray area when we were in there
There's
just talking.
there's a lot to be defined yet.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, being village property. Does the town versus management have control of it? And if they have control of it, well, then should they just take over control?
Yeah.
So therefore, it's no longer, because usually when something happens, we're in it. You know, and the first thing, as soon as we know something's happening, we are in motion. So having control of the announcement device. You know, we may not be in a position to do that.
And it doesn't make sense, because the committee is also 2 trustees and 2 town members.
Right. So, but let's say, you know, the chair or the select board decides that we need to make this announcement. Under what authority? Until this board gets permission of the equipment that we own for someone else to have authority or whatever. There's a lot of,
Yeah.
there's a lot of areas where they're unknown. So I'm just wondering how far we want to move forward with the, you know, make mandatory announcements coming up. Until we can kind of settle out the actual use of it. And who has the right to make the announcement. And that, we want to hammer that out before we start doing the quarterly announcements, or we just want to do the quarterly announcements and then start working on figuring out all the background stuff as to who's actually going to have control of it and that.
So what would the first step be? Would it be something like both chairs, vice chairs, along with RJ getting together and just kinda.
Well, it'd be like how we started our last time, we called an emergency meeting. You and I met with the select board, they activated the emergency management department. Then you, myself, Evan and
But
Beth
Right,
rolled, so during the actual flood. I don't know how this is, how it ever go again, but Evan was like, you do your stuff with the village. Holler if you need help, so. I think the best thing would probably do would be either, me and BJ sit down with Evan and whoever else, I don't know if that's still any, there's nothing. And come up with policy, I think, because. If, one of the things, if we just do an agreement with the chair currently, there's no policy to follow through for the boards. So they at least have to vote against the policy to eliminate the policy. Or protocol, something.
I think.
I would bring the fire officers into that discussion.
Well, I think the discussion would be like what Will was saying, who should say.
Right. But I mean,
RJ or department do this,
mhm.
I guess, because technically Evan is in charge.
Right,
Unless he's in bed, then I would be in charge.
right, but the same, but, and I'm not trying to split here between the towns, I'm just saying that. So now you've got an entity that doesn't have. Doesn't have control over something that's in the fire department. So, and then fire department is not a public space. So if we're out in an emergency, there's no reason for the town select board chair to be in the fire station during an emergency. If there is, then what we get up a policy on that. And is it something we want to consider actually moving, if we want to get control of that device to the town emergency management and village emergency management, do we want to move that over here?
That's what I was getting to.
So that, if we're not there,
Oh, I didn't realize you can move it.
anything, done, this would be a price tag.
Yes,
It's just a big system, right?
Yeah. The control box was.
When we built the fire station.
Yeah,
We didn't have any
next
more
door.
I mean, there's a control box and then there is the speaker, so, and you're a lot more familiar with audio.
It's not digital, it's all analog stuff, basically.
It's hard work. But there's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
And I think that,
I'd like to start somewhere.
I'd like to think that before the next need arises, then, things should be hashed out. And the other thing that should be hashed out too, and this to me is a must. Where do people go to find out? Because they hear their alarm go off on a Tuesday at 9 o'clock at night. Guess what they're gonna call? They're gonna call the fire department, they're gonna call my mom. Neither of those departments need to receive phone calls. Whether it be tens or dozens or whatever, phone calls during an emergency like that. So the public has got to be conditioned that if it's not a quarterly task, or whatever we decide to do with that, or whoever decides to do it, if we get control of that up to another entity, they need to do well versed, whether it be, through social media and front porch forum and bills, electric, whatever going out, that people have access to this, that, if you're just to go off other than a Thursday night, look at the website, look at Facebook, look at the town website, they need to be conditioned to know what that means.
And that comes with time too, that's just like.
It does
not
not lie,
really-
but that's something that we haven't had the options for, and we haven't even considered before. So right now, I think my concern is that if that thing goes off Tuesday at 9 o'clock, no one has any clue what to do. And we're just trying to clog up our emergency services, but we're trying to find out what it is.
So can we start by Eric reaching out to Evan, Beth, us and RJ and like have a meet, just kind of a sit down and just get this something started. I don't know which is the best way to start the process, but we have to start somewhere because it's been done for a while now and we're still at a dead standstill.
Right.
And if an emergency comes up, like you said, we're gonna be at a loss. We have to have some kind of condition in. So we have to start somewhere. So what's the best way
absolutely.
to start?
Absolutely.
What do you mean? I had lots of thoughts, but I don't know how to go about it. It's
Me neither.
I think
Idea?
the easiest thing would be for me to just contact Evan and ask him a couple simple questions. And then I can at least get it back to Eric and he can meet with RJ and carry on during normal business hours or whatever. On that end of it, I think the biggest thing that, what I understood at the last event, when RJ was saying it about using it, I know it was broke, but he said it was the garbled voice, so. Unless you were up by the college, you couldn't hear it clearly.
Right, there is a. There is a point where it's volume, it's just.
No matter.
No matter what you're at, it's gonna be a little garbled, but you're gonna know something's up,
Correct.
which is where the majority of the phone calls are.
And that's where you need to be conditioned to, if you hear it, go to here.
They should have multiple places they can go to, and those places have gotta be, I would. Just opinion here, but I think those information sites have gotta be up and updated before that goes off. So that's something that's on the emergency management team that has to have all these access to all these resources, whatever these need to be. Now, like, alarm goes off and then you start typing, these things should already be done.
Done in place.
And then when that alarm goes off, they got location to look at. So there's a lot behind the scenes that need to take place. And I think you reaching out to the chair and just posing these questions, so he can start thinking about it. Start talking to his board. And then, you know, it's gonna take a hot minute to get out there.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but just,
But let's start the process.
I think probably the best way to start would be just kind of a sub meeting, basically just you having an argument.
Yeah, I think a couple both questions to Evan would give me the right direction. I have a feeling what he's gonna say, however, he may not be chair next year. That's why I was suggesting that together the EMD come up with a policy and have both boards approve it.
Right.
Then that policy's in action for any future boards.
Right.
And the biggest thing that I see about it is that it used to go off every month. So if it's only going off quarterly. And we can get it out, and like I was suggesting to you that we do it in our quarterly letter that you send out. Put it in bold letters, fire department, we do an emergency test of the sound stuff, right? Please pay attention, you know what I mean, so that people would understand it, because hearing it monthly, you hear it. Not saying you, but I would go about my business as soon as I heard the siren, because it didn't mean nothing, I knew what it was.
Oh my God, right.
But hearing it quarterly, somebody might pay attention now, and as I said, the people who used to hear it monthly, half of them aren't hearing. And haven't heard it in 2-3 years. So it would gain a lot of attention, and then as I said, you know what I mean, if we could save 4 or 5 vehicles during the next flood. That would be the benefit that I think everybody would be happy with. Because we probably could have. It wasn't working, that wasn't the thought process at the time.
And even like you're talking about that quarterly paper going out to warn people of that, you can also on that paper, for information, go to these as location.
For those gotta get in place, so that we can't start the test until we got the.
Agree.
For the test and who's gonna,
Yep.
same, perfect.
Okay.
But that's my 2 cents, or 25 cents by now.
That's where we're at with it. Yes, some kind of progress. Okay, social media, struggle with a PHP update, but I'll figure it out.
It's a PHP.
Is there security update that has to be done with the site for the site to be crawled? So we did one already a while ago. And they had another one pop up. And the same process is working to update it. So I ended up contacting the site. They've been walking me through and they're seeing that there's some issue in the site. The reason it's not taken, so we're just in the process of trying to figure that out.
So the site isn't working.
Site's working, yeah, it's just the bots for crawling, that's it, the information is still there. Yeah,
You're able to update stuff. And-
yes, it's no immediate issues, it's behind the scene thing. Facebook icon, I put up when I went home that night, that's all linked up and everything. The 2 power outages, how we did it worked perfectly, Eric got the information. I put it on the Facebook, but I didn't put the the Facebook post was telling people to go to our website to get the information, kind of pushing that
Getting website clicks.
to our website. and not having immediate information, and by what I've heard, that's turned out good, and I've heard a lot of positive comments instead of negative on that, so. And that is, yeah, that's where we're at, and the website, has been updated perfectly, everything's been pretty much up to date and everything, so. That's fine, good.
Well, thank you for doing stuff I have no interest in or any ability to do.
And, hey, we have an executive session here?
I'll make a motion to do that.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion adjourned. 7:07. Or 10:07.
I'm staying.
Are you one of those kids that can't be the animal far?